Hello, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about pacing yourself on your personal development journey. I think this is a highly important topic because oftentimes when we are endeavoring to create something, develop ourselves, move forward in our career, or just on some kind of project that we've been working on, and we don't get the balance and the speed at the right rate, then this can lead to problems that can actually hold you back from meeting your potential and living the kind of lifestyle that you ultimately want to live. So this is a video about balance, about sustainability, and with that said, let's crack into it. So let's look at the larger context of this. It's a fact of life that at different stages, on both kind of a smaller and a larger scale, the different stages are going to require of us that we engage differently. So if you think about, say, school, there are times where you're just kind of learning, and then there's also the times around exams where it's a lot more intense. And if you think about work, there are times when things are probably less stressful, and then times where you have a big project or some kind of presentation to do or something like that. And there are going to be these times where it's more about maintenance and other times where it's more about full engagement. And the art of pacing yourself is knowing yourself such that you're able to engage when you need to engage, rest when you need to rest, and do whatever it is that you need to do in the right way at the right time. I think that within the personal development field, there might be a little bit too much emphasis on intensity and speed without as much emphasis on getting that balance right. People talk about how you only have one life, you got one shot, you need to just throw everything you have at it. And there's a certain sense in which this can be true for many people, and people do find a lot of value in this. And there may even be times in your own life when this is true. You've got to kind of just engage. But, and this is a big but, if you don't have a certain sense of awareness about things like how much energy you have, how much you need to replenish yourself, how you replenish yourself, right? What you actually do that actually kind of nourishes your spirit or your body or your mind or whatever it is, and how much opportunity there is available to you right now, then your endeavor is actually not going to be sustainable over the longer term. And this is because people need to recharge, right? They need to recharge. If they just throw everything into something without any kind of rest or any kind of variation, this is not going to work over the longer term. If you think about just a laptop, if you're using it, the more you use it, the more frequently you need to recharge it if you're unplugging it. And in a sense, a person's like that. Now, there is a difference between humans or even just animals in general and things like the laptop, in that we can actually develop fitness. So this can be things like physical fitness. So, if you think about marathon runners, they don't start off being able to run a marathon. They have to gradually build up to it in a way that so they don't fatigue too much. If you think about something like building skills, if you try and challenge yourself too much, if you try and do something too complicated, it's going to seem pointless, right? If you try and lift a weight in the gym, which is just too heavy, which is literally just too heavy for you, you will either, it just won't work, or you will actually damage one of your muscles. Whereas if you gradually, incrementally increase the weight, you're in for a much more enjoyable and a more results generating time. So the general point that I'm getting at here is that if you want to move forward and have a direction and gradually build whatever it is you need to build or do whatever it is you need to do, you're going to need to find the right balance of speed at the right points. So what might this look like in practice? Well, say you're trying to move forward with a side hustle, right? You've got your main project, your main career, whatever it is, your job, your schoolwork or whatever it is, and you've got a side project. If you're having to work really hard at the moment on your main project, are you going to be able to work really intensely on the side project at the same time as well? Answer is, because you've got a limited source of energy to deal with, probably not. However, maybe working on the side project actually helps replenish you because you enjoy it, and it helps you and means you're more able to engage with the main project more fully. So perhaps engaging with it to a certain degree could actually be beneficial. Really, it's up to you to learn how you can manage and balance these different areas, right? This links back to other videos that I've made. So for example, to get more of a sense of awareness about how much you need to recharge and stuff, you can do things like journaling. I'll link down to that in the description, the videos I've made about journaling. You can also use things like the Areas of Life method. So what the Areas of Life method does is it helps you to balance the different parts of your life. So maybe your health, maybe your work, maybe your creative projects, and do it in such a way that the whole vehicle of you as a person can move forward sustainably. It's about this kind of self-awareness, okay? So this also links back to the video I made about a year ago about patience. And that's because sometimes when we have these endeavors and we have these kind of ambitions, which can bring a lot of a sense of fulfillment to us and sense of purpose, if you're just trying to skip ahead too much, if you're trying to skip ahead to the next chapter too much without developing a sense of patience, then you might actually be less likely to even get there at all, because you might neglect other areas and then you become unbalanced, and again, that can be a problem. So developing patience is really part of pacing yourself. It's another aspect to it. And that is basically it for this video. I think pacing yourself is, as I said, highly important. I think it's something we all have to learn to do. I think some people might just be naturally more self-aware anyway, so they're more able to do this, but I have these different methods which I've used, and I found they really benefited me, and so hopefully they will benefit you too in some way as well. So that is it. That is all for today's video. If you liked it, please give me a like. If you want to leave me a comment, then leave me a comment. I want to thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you next time. Peace.